If you ask any old gamer back in the day what was his favorite game, and by old days I mean 2015 technically, then more likely than not you're going to hear about a little game called The Witcher 3. The Witcher 3 is just, it's an amazing game. If you haven't played it, what is wrong with you? Go play it. Yes, it came out in 2015, but guess what? It puts a lot of games, even to this day, to shame. Single player, tons of content available, not to mention the expansion that was released. You can play it on PC. There are tons of mods for the game, which just make it infinitely better. And it holds up to this day, in my personal opinion. Not to mention to the fact that it actually has now sold 50 million units as of March 2023. And FYI, the time of this recording is August 2024. So I'm sure it's sold more. Again, you can find it on sale on Steam, on PlayStation, on Xbox, you name it. I think you might even be able to play it on the Switch. I could be wrong on that, but regardless, you can pretty much play it anywhere. So, bottom line, The Witcher is an amazing game. So when you hear something like The Witcher 4 is going to be, made and everything, everyone is super stoked. And one of the cool, interesting things about this is that it's actually using the Unreal Engine 5. Now, the reason for this, I think, is because they've actually taken the Red engine that made The Witcher 3, and they really toned that to the Cyberpunk 2077. So probably trying to tune it back towards The Witcher might not be the easiest thing. But they've also commented themselves, aka CD Projekt Red, who are the makers of The Witcher 3, Witcher 4, and Cyberpunk 2077, which, by the way, if you haven't played that game, definitely go try it out. Obviously released in a terrible state, but it's actually really good right now. But they've actually talked about how there's a lot of stuff with Unreal Engine 5 that's being custom built for them when they're, talking with Epic and everything to make this, next game really stand out graphically and feature and all that kind of stuff. So apparently, whatever they're working on when it comes to Unreal Engine 5, it's going to be working out really well. But today, we actually got this little bit of extra news when it comes to The Witcher 4, saying that Geralt, the main character that we've known from The Witcher 3, and obviously the TV show, is not going to be the main character, but will be featured in the game, which makes sense, because if you played The Witcher 3, you know that that is a very clean ending to that character arc and everything, and that character himself, right? So it makes sense not to have him be the main character in The Witcher 4, but again, he'll be in the game, just he's not going to be the main character, and someone else is going to be the main character. And who claims this? Well, apparently one of the actors claims it. So according to this little article right here, speaking as part of an interview, Doug Cockley, if I'm pronouncing that correctly, commented on the fourth game, which is currently in development at Polish studio CD Projekt Red. The Witcher 4 has been announced. I can't say anything about it. Shocker, they can't say anything about a game that doesn't have any trailers or nothing, basically. Like, we literally have a poster, and that's basically it, right? We know that Geralt will be part of the game, we just don't know how much. The game won't focus on him, though, so it's not about him this time. We don't know who it is, but I'm excited to find out. He has also claimed that he has yet to see a script for the game. 2/3 of CD Projekt Red are currently working on the next game in the Witcher series, codenamed Polaris. As revealed during an earnings conference in the publisher's FY of 2023 earnings in March 2024, the development team now sits at 403 people working on this game. So they're almost in full swing in terms of trying to make this game and everything, which is definitely really cool. There have also been some rumors, apparently, that we'll be playing as this particular female character right here instead of Geralt. Obviously, that makes sense if he's not going to be the main character and everything. Joint CEO Michael, I'm not even going to try to pronounce that last name because I'm going to butcher it, so I am terribly sorry. I'm not going to try and do that. Explained at the time that following the release of Cyberpunk 2077, Phantom Liberty, the number of staff working on that game had dropped to just 17, with others being distributed to other projects. The player's team, on the other hand, has grown to over 400 developers, reaching its target size for entering production phase. This is scheduled for the second half of this current year. So that means probably production has started by now, which is definitely a good sign. This is an increase from the previous November, where it was revealed that almost 330 developers were working on the project, making it CDR's biggest development team at that time. So they're going full swing. And basically, we've already known that the Cyberpunk 2077 stuff is basically done, but that means that The Witcher 4, that is full steam ahead. That is the next game right there. So joined by me always is our own Lemon here. Lemon, what are your personal thoughts when it comes to hearing about The Witcher 4? Is there something in particular you want to see from that? Are you disappointed that we're not going to be able to play as the same character from The Witcher 3? What are your just raw thoughts on this? I know you love The Witcher personally.
I think I'm going to play it regardless of Geralt being the main character or not. I mean, in 3, good chunk of the game you play as Ciri, so I'm guessing more of the game will be with her. Like, the problem is it's been so long since I played 3, and I don't remember what the considered canon ending was for it, because
yeah, it's been a while since I played as well, so I don't remember.
It changed kind of how the 4th game would potentially work. But the only call out is I hope it releases in a better state than Cyberpunk did.
I mean, yeah, it didn't help that Cyberpunk was also trying to release on 2 consoles that clearly were not able to handle it, aka the PS4 and the Xbox One. Neither of those consoles were really meant to handle a game of that size and structure and everything. Not to mention the fact that the higher ups at CDR definitely were just like, yeah, let's just release it, even though it's in a crappy state right now. And that has definitely come back to bite them in the butt. I will give them props though. They didn't just drop the game, unlike tons of other games in the past in terms of other publishers and everything. They stuck with it. And if you've played Cyberpunk 2.0, or basically Cyberpunk 2.1 now in terms of the updates that they have, not to mention the Phantom Liberty DLC, they made a lot of amazing changes, and it's a very good game now. It is a very good game. Some people even say, though, back when it was originally released, there were things in the game that were very good and worth praising. It's just that the technical issues and everything when it came to Cyberpunk were just overshadowed everything. So it's interesting to look back on that from December 2020 when that game initially released. Because I personally remember when I played it myself, I got it for PC. And this was back in the day when I only had a 1080 to try and play this game, right? So I was trying, because I heard about the consoles. I was like, God, my PS4 is going to like blow up probably. So I'm like, maybe the PC can somewhat handle it. I'm just trying to hit 1080, 60. That's all I'm trying to hit, essentially. And it never crashed on me, actually. I didn't really have any problems, but I obviously know that there were a ton of technical issues with the game. Everything else that we obviously saw that was swept under the rug, or they tried to, and then everyone found out, and you're just like, yeah, this isn't working. So I'm definitely excited to see what they can do with The Witcher 4, especially with Unreal 5. I know Unreal 5 definitely has a rocky history, to say the least, in terms of engines, with all the games that we've seen, as you clearly yourself, Lemon. But if somebody like Epic is working with them, or people of the Unreal Engine are working closely with CDPR, because I know that they said the reason they also switched over to Unreal Engine 5 is the point that it makes it easier to hire people, right? You don't have to try and teach them some proprietary engine that you yourself have created, especially when it's in a different language that a lot of people probably don't speak. That's definitely a really good sign right there. But I just hope that they're able to work around with Unreal 5. You'll have to correct me if I'm wrong on this, but there are certain features within Unreal 5 that just make things not really work. And I don't remember exactly what the settings are, but there's some kind of like, I think it's like luminous lighting or something, or there's something in the engine and some feature in the engine where either developers don't really know how it works, or it's not working well with how the way games are made, and the feature like can just really kill a game sometimes. I don't remember exactly what it was. Do you happen to remember by any chance?
No, but if it has to do with lighting and it has to do with physics around lighting, it's going to absolutely kill your frames. Right. The reason why ray tracing is so brutal is because it's a newer technology, but it requires a stupid amount of computations to do.
So hopefully, I mean, we obviously know they try to use ray tracing for all the big marketing mumbo jumbo, essentially. So here's hoping that The Witcher 4, it will obviously have it. It will. Don't be surprised that it will. But here's hoping that they're able to find, I guess, a sweet spot when it comes to how optimized the game is, and just I really hope they optimize the game. I guess is my big thing, right? Especially when using an engine that is known to have a lot of technical issues, or it feels like maybe a lot of publishers really try to just lean into the NVIDIA DLSS, or the equivalent on AMD, to just let that kind of AI generated stuff help out in terms of really trying to make sure the game is optimized and everything. I guess that's my wish, essentially, when it comes to this particular news and everything. And in terms of the character, coming back to the original new article that we literally just got yesterday, I'm excited regardless, just like you. I don't care if we play as one of the characters from the previous game. I don't care if we play as a brand new character. I don't care. It's going to be The Witcher. It's going to be awesome. And hey, it's going to have some callbacks to the old games like The Witcher 3 and everything like that. And the more I talk about this, I just want to go play The Witcher 3 again. So, probably definitely will once we start to really see some trailers and, they really go into marketing mode to start releasing the game. I'm definitely going to be playing the game again right before 4 releases, whenever that happens. If I had to take a wild guess, I'm going to say probably The Witcher 4 would release somewhere in 2026 at the earliest would be my guess, but realistically I'm going to say 2027, 2028, sometime
next gen.
Yeah, next gen already, right? Which then unfortunately means that we're going to have another Cyberpunk on our hands where they try to release it on the last gen consoles and it's not working out.
Maybe last gen as in PS4 and VCR Xbox skin.
Oh god. Oh, god.
But we still haven't got rid of them yet, so.
Well, yeah, I mean, most of that is just simply due to the fact that everyone tries to put all those live service games onto there because that's where all the money is, because everyone keeps playing Fortnite and Warzone and everything, and you know that's a big money thing right there. So hopefully, though, this is not a live service game, so they're gonna be like, nope, you want to play this, you gotta either upgrade your PC or you gotta buy the new console. That's what I'm personally hoping for.